in my zone.
Hey, this is Zero at ReviewZoneHD, and I'm bringing you guys a review for Sniper Ghost Warrior 2 for the PlayStation 3, and I know a lot of you guys have been just clawing up the walls to hear what I have to say in this review. I've been getting asked multiple times a day, is this game worth buying? I was personally marking the days off the calendar to play this title. It was one of my most anticipated games of this year because I really enjoy sniper games, but I'm not going to get into a bunch of off-topic stuff here at the beginning, so let's just go ahead and cut right to the chase, and I'll answer the most immediate pressing questions right here at the start. Did I really enjoy playing this game? Yes, I did, a lot. With that said, I would put this title on the same level as either of the Operation Flashpoint games when it comes to overall quality and polish of the game, as it does have multiple technical issues. Is the multiplayer worthless? Yes, it is. Are the bullet physics realistic? Yes, they are. I had to adjust my shot more on this title than any other sniper game that I've ever played, and hitting the long-range shots across the map on Expert was a really rewarding feeling. Next question, how long is the campaign? Which was a big question mark that I discussed in the first impressions video, and to answer that, this game is pretty short. I was playing on Expert, so it took me a bit longer to clear some of the stages because of that, and it will also depend on how much you take your time and sneak through the stages, but there's 10 total missions to play through, which are spread across 3 acts, and each stage can take anywhere from 20 to 45 minutes. A rough ballpark of your first playthrough will most likely take 6 to 8 hours. Unless you're one of those gamers that do speed runs through everything, I'm not sure how fast it could be cleared, but I'd imagine you could do it in under 5 hours. Do I think this game will get poor to average reviews from the bigger review companies? Yes, for sure. A lot of these guys haven't reviewed the game yet as I'm writing this review. In fact, I just checked PC, PS3, and Xbox 360, and I'm not seeing any reviews for this game yet, not on Metacritic or on YouTube, not even an amateur review on YouTube, so this could be the first one for all I know. Is the game difficult on the hardest setting? Yes, it does provide a very unique and sometimes thrilling challenge that's filled with very entertaining set pieces that are so good you're going to want to play through some of the stages twice. Is this game worth $40? If you enjoyed the original Sniper Ghost Warrior even just a little bit, then yes, it's probably worth every penny of that $40 for its single-player campaign, even if it is short. If you didn't play the original and you're on the fence about purchasing it, then I would probably wait for the price to drop, which I'm almost certain won't take very long. I don't feel it's a strong day one purchase even at the low $40 price point unless you really enjoy sniping games as much as I do and don't mind overlooking multiple technical issues that weren't obvious when I was playing through the first stage and did that first impressions video and said the game was pretty awesome. The more I played, the less awesome the stages got and the more issues began popping up. In fact, that first stage might actually be the best stage in the whole game. But it made a really good first impression. It just didn't stick to that same level of quality in the following stages, which is something even I couldn't predict would happen. It's one of the very few times a game truly takes a nosedive after the first stage. And you know it's a bad thing if I have to dedicate pretty much the entire review to the problems with the game. I don't even have a cutscene for that, so that's why I'm not doing my typical format for this review. The graphics load in when you're looking at a distance at times. It doesn't do it in every area, but certain graphic intensive parts of the stages when you're looking at buildings, mountains, or trees will pop in as you're watching in your scope, which only takes a fraction of a second to load, but it's still very noticeable. There's also really strange moments when your scope vision gets blurred for no reason whatsoever. It comes and goes as it pleases. I really couldn't even try to pinpoint what was causing it. It only happened 3 or 4 times in my playthrough, and it went away pretty quickly, but it is there. I saw the enemy AI do some really impressive stuff with flanking around behind me, taking cover in different parts of the map, calling for backup, setting off base alarms, and for the most part they reacted pretty well to the situations. If they see a buddy go down, they take cover, but there were times that the AI just ran right past me while searching for me, or just looked the other way or stood out in the open, and other times I would be completely concealed behind some bushes, laying down without being previously seen, and they'll spot me right away at a distance. So the AI can be a little wonky at times. During Act 2, Stage 2, I ran low on ammo near the end of the stage after getting into a few firefights that I probably should have snuck past instead of gunning through. Maybe I missed an ammo resupply tucked away somewhere, or maybe I should have been more careful with my shots. My ending accuracy was a lowly 60% on that stage, but I had to finish the final part of the stage using just my pistol to take out enemies at long range. And the bad thing was I had a computer-controlled partner equipped with a sniper rifle who, for whatever reason, decided he was either out of ammo as well or didn't didn't feel like clicking the safety off to fire his weapon. And every time I restarted with that same amount of ammo. So I had to finish that stage with my pistol, which was really annoying. The audio cuts out during some of the cutscenes, and the overall quality of the cutscenes is just piss poor, especially the lip syncing and character models, which if you're buying this game, most likely you're not going to care about the cutscenes anyways. At least I didn't. I skipped through most of them after I realized just how bad they were. But man, those are some ugly dudes on there. Finally, the multiplayer is just a complete joke. I enjoyed it. It was fun in short bursts, but the fact that it only has 2 maps, with Team Deathmatch being the only mode available, and the red dot indicator always showing where your bullet's going to land, which basically takes all the fun and skill out of aiming and just equals up to not a lot of good time to be had online. Even if there were a ton of maps with a few modes, it still wouldn't be all that great because of the tedious way the games are played out, with hide and seek taking up most of your time. Again, I enjoyed the 1 map, but I can't see this as being a big selling point on this game, and they really should have spent more time in this department or just left it out altogether. It's also rather unfortunate this is a requirement to play to get a platinum trophy, as there are several trophies to unlock associated with online play. I would have to think future DLC should add more options to online, but one can only hope. As far as the positives, this game actually does a lot of things really well, especially the way your spotter interacts with you and calls out targets during certain missions. The environments, in my opinion, which some people may disagree with, I thought looked pretty good, especially the first few jungle missions. The new graphic engine had some nice water effects, and overall the game looks a lot better than the original, but it still doesn't look as good as Sniper Elite V2. Which Sniper Elite V2 has much more impressive kill cams as well. It also has a lot more quality and just polish in the overall package, especially when it comes to online play. But the set pieces, the bullet physics, and certain portions of missions were very impressive, enough so that I really enjoyed playing through this game, even with its many problems. But I can't really recommend it as a day one purchase because I think a lot of people will focus more on the negative than the positive. The game is fun, but it's bogged down pretty hard with a short campaign and non-existent multiplayer. But if you enjoy sniping games, you would most likely enjoy playing this game, and while $40 is reasonable, it may still be a bit too much for what this game offers. Kind of a mixed verdict, but this is a mixed up game. Hopefully this review cleared up some questions some of you had and will help you decide if this game's worth buying or not. Anyways, this is Zera, or ReviewZoneHD, and thanks for stopping by.